Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here.
I rejected you and I left. Grow a pair and move on. So, this is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. It's 10/25/23. October 25th, 2023. I'm tired. Anyway, it's been a hell of a day. So, I got pestered all day. I got threatened all day. I got harassed all day. I got, the money problems all day. Mr. Perry bothered me and bothered me and bothered me and bothered me. Mr. Perry, do you see Dan Pope or Steve Massengale or John Steinmetz up here? Meeting with my family. How can we fuck her over? And you're going to help. Meeting with my coworkers. How can we fuck her over? And you're going to help. Listen, anything. Okay, for the record, Mr. Perry sold me in a human trafficking deal to a guy named Larry who's in Houston, and he's a realtor. He is desperate to make delivery. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So he's got a list of people that he owes money to. He's taken, I guess he took half up front, and they're waiting to deliver and get the other half, and have tried to kidnap me twice now and got caught. Tried to make me destitute. And I guess Calvin's the big one that runs around telling everybody, make sure she don't make no money, make sure she don't have no money, make sure she don't have nowhere to go, take her car, make her destitute, you get her eaten out of a dumpster, then she'll go. Okay, every act that is coercive, that would try to push me or force me or coerce me to be trafficked when I've already said no for well over a year, and you've made me, have no money. I slept in my car for 6 months and barely ate and barely took a bath. And I've never in my life had to live like that. You are that wicked. Anything you do, they try to do a false arrest. We're going to grab her off the stage at the club where she works. We're going to arrest her. We're going to sit her down in a room and tell her you have no choice but to sign this affidavit we typed up recanting everything you've said for the past 10 years. And then you are going to Houston, like it or not. And you're going to go with Larry and you're going to suck his you-know-what, because that's how this is going to work. And if you don't, we'll tell your family you got yourself in a bind and we tried to help you and you just wouldn't take our help. You wouldn't tell them what you're doing is trafficking me and I'd be raped every day. That's what trafficking is. You would use my body against my will for profit, which you're already doing with your little deep dark web peep show that we found out about. And anything you do to try to coerce me you're gonna get charged with that, Mr. Perry. We've told you that before. We have your people's names. I've never met Calvin, by the way, that I know of. He's bald and fat, I hear, and hated by fucking all kinds of people. Because he does shit like that. And there's a guy named Lucius. There's a guy nicknamed Muffin Man. Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, your witch. Sanjay, your hacker. Blankenship, Desiree, Andrew, Lawrence, James, Ruben, Dickie, Richard, Beverly, Renee, Greg, Tim, Larry, Bruce, Oscar. So if we have your names, we have your code words. To deliver the trafficking victim to a buyer is called Papa John's. We got to make Papa John's on this. And Hansel and Gretel is lure the victim to a certain place where you can do something to hurt them. Ratatouille is get somebody to take him to dinner so you can get them talking about where they live, the car they drive, all that stuff, personal information, financial information. They want to ruin your money because when the goal is make them destitute so they think they have no choice. If you want to eat, you go be trafficked. And you go suck those guys you know what. And then we'll put you up in a nice house. But listen, they're still starving these women. They're starving me, they're starving the women. It's just the women that are already trafficked get raped too. And I said no to that. And anything after that, Mr. Perry, is kidnapping, coercion, hostage, and rape. And you're caught when you did it to me. How many times were you guys caught before you did it to me? How many after? Did Rapunzel let down her hair? That means, did she finally get coerced to go? We got your code words. So my guy's like, listen to this. I'm going to tell you. Listen, this is going to be said only one time. Because every day we quote you guys in every meeting you have, pretty much. Right? I don't always type up everything we get. I don't have time. But I may change something, or I won't do what you want me to, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean the guys don't have it. The guys have it. They get it from you, and then they give it to me. They play it for me, and I type it up and send it in an email. Go put it on the record. Dum. Go put that email about what you just said you're going to do to me in the state of Oklahoma, where you don't live in. We're not invited. And have come up here and done nothing but cause trouble, and you've done nothing but make problems, and you've done nothing but cause loss, and everybody hates you for it. We get the help, not you. And you act like you think it's the other way around. Name one of my guys, quote one of their meetings. Use one of our code words. Oh yeah, you can't. Our guys won't dignify you with a phone call. They know you're wanting to talk to them. Mr. Perry, every time you contact me, we get more. Stupid. Do you like getting caught? It's like you do. We think you do. Every time you contact me, in any form at all, it makes my stomach turn. You're sick. You do things no normal person could think of if they had to. Our brains don't go there. And outside of your little weirdo club of deviant men is everybody else who can't stand you people. Can't understand why in the fuck you do this shit. We get the help. You get told on. And you act like you think it's the other way around, and it is not. It is not. Who's Jason? Who is Jason, Charles? Okay. So, like, some guy just was like, he was supposed to do, I'm not going to get details. I know the details. I'm not going to say the details today. That doesn't mean I won't in a future podcast. He goes, I can't believe she just did that. How did she know what to do? He was supposed to do something to me. He goes, I've never had that happen. I've never had that happen. Okay, we've told you guys it's different when you do it to me. We've told you over and over and over. In 2016, I said, you have done this shit to people. You have ruined people. You've murdered people. You've done this crap to people all your lives, and you got away with it. Not this time. Watch this. We already had the McNamara email at that point. We already had the Fabian puzzle at that point. And you act like you don't understand what words mean. Okay, what we meant it. It's been different when you do it to me. We quote you every day, your meetings. I can't believe she did that. I've never had that happen. Well, you did today. But you ought to know that. You ought to know that. So my guy's like, if I can get their names, I can get everything they say, I can get their code words, I can do the same thing. They invade your privacy, I invade theirs. I have a court order. They got weirdo problems they can't control. They have no control, no power. If I can get that shit, and it's not up to them, I can ruin them in the snap of a finger the same way. They're destitute. They're the ones that have no place to go. They're the ones that don't have a car. They're the ones that have no place to live. They're the ones that lose everything they have. I could do that at any minute. Any minute I want to. At the snap of a finger, everything they have is gone. They don't eat for months. They don't take a bath. So, what are they thinking? Do they really want to piss me off? I mean, do you? Every day, right now when you piss them off, going at me, You piss off your leaks, or you piss off informants, or you piss off an infiltrator, or whoever. We find out beforehand, sir. No other victim knows they're trafficked before, and to who, and your code words, and your names. Do they, Tim? Tim likes to turn it. Tim is a pilot, and I guess he's got a Piper. And he kidnaps women and turns his transponder off so nobody knows where they were taken. There's a compound south of Houston. These guys kidnapped a bunch of women, raped them. They got pregnant, had kids. Now they rape the kids. Or they let them be raped and now prostitute and exploit and all that and make a profit. And you're trying to do that to me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. You're already starving me. You're not going to rape me too. So Mr. Perry does all that to me and then goes, why don't you like me? Wow. Wow, you're a bunch of bricks shy of a load. Because if somebody did that to you, would you like them? Why the fuck do you ask such stupid questions? Don't even contact me. When you have questions, bother your attorney that you pay $500 an hour. Bother him with those questions. Your contact to me is getting you in a lot of trouble. And you're too stupid to get that. I don't want to hear it. Right now, the only thing that matters is the victims and what we think and how we feel about what you're doing to us. Nobody asks you what you think, Charles. No one cares. We're all sick of hearing what you think and how you feel and what you want and what you need. It's about what the victims think and what we want and what we get the help, you get told on. You can't read that kind of feedback or read your results. That's not our problem. We're going to get the intel either way. And they're not going to just do nothing with it. So you guys had somebody kind of make those kind of comments, more than one. I'm not going to... These guys are a bunch of old fart seniles. And they act like nothing's happening while they run around and ask, how did she find out again? How did she know? And then they act like there's nothing happening. Like she doesn't know. I mean, and we're all like, they're going down a rabbit hole because they're not in reality. They're not getting it. It's a big deal she has that crap. And I'm not going down there with them. So, I mean, you got to develop a league. That's one great way to do it. That is one great way to do it. Act like a bunch of old fart seniles. I mean, we think it's so easy. It's not fair, David. So there. I mean, he's making it clear. If he wanted to do to you, all of you, what you have done to me, and then we'll see if you think it's cute. Then he could snap of a finger, same way he gets what you just said. You were told don't contact her. Don't invade her privacy, and she's not to be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet. And every day that you don't, we find out more. Was that your goal? Is that your objective? It is ours. Your objectives are the same as ours. It's like you act like it is, because you do the same thing that gets us our objectives are met. At the end of the day, we're going, that was a good day. It was a busy day. The other thing is, Mr. Massengale, Mr. Pope, Mr. Steinmetz, Mr. Ramsey, Mr. Moore, they don't go to my club, Charles, and have a meeting with my coworkers that they're not supposed to even know and decide what tonight will we do to hurt her. Make sure she don't make no money. Right? And somebody commented on that tonight. That girl, for years, has gone into that club, worked her ass off for those people, never once stolen a fucking thing from them. I don't care what bullshit story Charles told him to tell. She's not stolen anything, and we all know that. We all know that's a load of crap. Worked her ass off for them. And she knows when she goes in there, they've already met with Charles. They already did the scripts and the role playing. And they all betrayed her. And they're all out to hurt her somehow. They all have an assignment of here's what we're going to do. Get her lighter. Get her clothing. Steal her computer. I mean, they all have something they're supposed to say or do that will betray her trust and hurt her very bad. And facilitate trafficking of a human. She walks in there. She smiles. She's kind to everybody and acts like she has no idea anything's wrong. And we all know she knows. We all know she knows. They treat her like shit in that place, always have. And she always does the same thing. We all know she knows, walks in there, she's nice to everybody and acts like nothing's wrong. Every single night for years. And I think a lot of people have grown to admire that she can do that. She knows, she's heard them talking. Every meeting Charles has, we got it. You walk in there, she walks in there, she's already heard it. And she could walk in there and scream and yell at those people. Doesn't say a word about it. And they act like she's done something wrong. She's not doing something wrong. They are. They have no business talking to Charles Perry or David Robertson at all. No business at all. Her privacy has been violated the fuck everywhere. And she acts like nothing's wrong. Holds her head high, does her thing, and goes home. Doesn't bother anybody. Doesn't talk about it with anybody. Doesn't say anything to anybody about it. And gets treated like shit and walks out. And acts like nothing happened. And I think that over time, people have watched her do that. Just maintain professionalism and class and dignity. And I think they respect her for it. And I think that may have also helped develop some leaks. Because it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. There's some people feel guilty. There's some people that are stressed out because of all this. There's some people that are just sick of it. So, it's different when you do it to me. So don't sit there and go, I've never had that happen before. You know how many times we've heard that? You know, it happens every time. It's happened every day for 10 years. Where you new to the table? Or, I mean, the fuck is wrong with you? Expect it with me. You should by now expect it. Because it's every day. She didn't go down the street we thought she was going to go down. She didn't take the bait. She didn't do what we thought. She didn't say what we thought she'd say. Every day for 10 years. Get used to it. It's been that way. I mean, I don't know. We're at a loss. We have no words for that. Is your objective, David, to get caught every day? Because you act like you think it is. I mean, you act like it is. You do the same thing, you get the same result. You do the crime to me, you get caught. It's been that way for 10 years. No other victim knows your names. No other victim quotes your meetings. No other victim has your code words. No other victim knows they were sold into who. How many times, all day long, get her car, then she'll go. Make it where she has no place to go. Get her car, then she'll go. You've been having that conversation all damn year. Well, no, since 2019. Right? You've wrecked my car how many times? And when you say that wasn't us, nobody believes you. Just so you know, David, they fucking think you're an idiot that you think people believe you. Nobody believes you. They fucking think you're an idiot. Like, right, that guy thinks we believe him. Whatever. So, you do this to me, you're in Oklahoma. Everybody's still asking. I guess somebody else had another conversation about you shutting off my phone. He shut off her phone so she can't DoorDash. She figured out a way to do it anyway, but it's not as easy. It's hard. She'll get out and she gets out and works. And the guy goes, "Why the fuck did he do that? What in the fuck is wrong with that guy? Why is he still here? How long has she been here? 9 years. Why is he the fuck still here?" I think everybody wants you to answer that question, Charles. Why are you here at all? Do you see Dan Pope here? Nope. You see Steve Massengale here meeting with friends and family? How can we fuck her over today? Nope. How can we ruin her life today? How can we force her and coerce her to do something and say something she doesn't want to? No, they're not here doing that. He's typing on my phone this morning, "You're going to cover up for us." I don't think I will. I really don't think I will. But the fact that you contacted me and you hacked me and you're still trying to talk to me, that got us more intel all damn day. So you're threatening me. Do a false arrest. Tell her we'll do the same thing to you we did to Mike Neely. I don't know that you will. I've always wondered why Mike didn't testify for himself. He's a police officer. He knows What evidence, that you look at evidence and the evidence will speak to you as to what happened. You read a crime scene. He couldn't read his own crime scene. So did you threaten him? Why did you threaten him? What are you scared of, princess? Huh? Why don't you grow a pair of balls and act like a dude? Nobody owes you a fucking thing, but I'll tell you what, the more that you demand things like you're owed something, the more people turn against you, because nobody likes that. Nobody fucking likes that. We had an incident at my club Sunday. Some guys came in, probably your guys, right? Your guys are cheap fucks, canned food. They come in and they sit down, and there's a girl on stage. I don't go on stage right now, remember? I don't go on stage for three reasons. One is I got an injury, a physical injury that I had last time I was on the pole. It's an athletic sport. I got an injury from it. It's not healed yet. I'm not willing to exacerbate it by jumping right back upon there. Two is, you told somebody, we heard, Lucius did, get her up to the front of the stage, distracted with customers, and she keeps her purse in the back. Get her purse. We need her driver's license. So there's another reason. Number two is, if you have something that you think you're going to go grab me off the stage and make me sign a piece of paper I'm not going to sign and do a wedding. That's the other thing. Mr. Perry, in order to traffic, they tear down the finances. To get financial information, he has forged a marriage license, and he did it in 2019. Chief Miller asked me about it. And did you sign this? And I'm like, why would I sign it? He goes, I thought it was a forgery. Didn't look like your signature to me. 4 years ago. And I guess somebody got confrontational with Charles and said, I don't think she even knows about this fucking thing you did. Where's the wedding photos? If you're engaged, when did you ask her to marry you? Sanjay asked that. What were you wearing? What was she wearing? Where'd you go? Where was it? If I ask her, will she say the same thing? What day did you ask her to marry you? What were you wearing? What was she wearing? What'd you say? What'd she say? Where were you? If I ask her, will she say the same thing? I don't think you are. I think you imagine a lot of shit that's not real. So he said, where's the wedding photos? So now, all of a sudden, Charles, 4 years later, Charles wants to arrest me and then force me to take pictures in a wedding dress. What made you think you could get me to do that? You're off your nut if you think that you could get me to do that. There's no way. There's no fucking way. If I've told Sheriff Reed through somebody else, and anybody who will listen, I don't go where you are, but if you get anywhere near me, I kid you not, you sick little fuck, your balls are in your brain, faster than you will know what hit you. You are not going to touch me. I'm not going to get kidnapped. You have threatened murder. You have threatened kidnapping, and you're not going to touch me. I will kick the fuck out of you. And the other thing is, these kids that are getting raped scream while they're getting raped, and their mothers have to sit there and listen to that, and they can't help them. My son, when we lost custody of Tristan, all of a sudden lost his grandparents and his brother. And he did everything with his brother all his life. He's the youngest kid. My son screamed for 2 hours, and I had to listen to that. You hear a child scream. He was 10 years old. It was like his brother died. Everything we knew in our life was over. All of a sudden, just like that. Wait till somebody does that to you. You hear a kid scream like that, you don't ever stop hearing it. You hear it all day, all night. That's all you hear. And I'm a mother. And I can imagine if you're a mother and you're sitting in a room and your kid's in the next room getting raped by some big fat smelly nothing of a piece of shit, scumbag, having to listen to that, and you can't do a damn thing to help that child. The anger that I have towards you for that alone, forget everything you did to me. The thing that you do to those kids, I could probably kill you. if I wanted to. I'm that angry. So I suggest you don't get anywhere near me, and there won't be a wedding. You may not live to tell about it. I'm that angry at what you've done to those kids and my kids and the Neely kid and the Miller kids. It is heinous, sir. It is heinous. And I get that you want to destroy me because I know about all that. Do you really think I'm the only person that knows about all that? There's 40 guys helping me all the time. So, when I don't do what you think I'm gonna do or what you expected me to do, 40 guys investigating you are helping me not do what you thought I was gonna do. I'm also pretty fucking good at some of this stuff myself without them telling me every little thing. There's things I can do that made it why they called me to help on this. And one of those things might be walking in a room, knowing every person in that room had a meeting to figure out how to destroy me and betray me and act like nothing happened. You try that. Try it for 10 years every time you go to work. So no, there won't be anybody covering up for you. It's people can handle something, some crime, but when you start doing that shit to little kids, expect to get fucked up. And expect to get fucked up bad. Dr. Weck said, even prisoners are repulsed by sex weirdos like you. And I paraphrased a little bit, but that's what he said. We thought Jeff Epstein was murdered and he didn't commit suicide because even prisoners are repulsed by sex weirdos who hurt kids. You get beat up in prison. Even if you never come talk to me and I don't beat you up, for your own safety, stay the fuck away from me. Once you hear that screaming, you don't unhear it. And that right there would be motivation enough for me to beat you till you die. Like you did to Lucky. Or had someone do to Lucky. So, don't get near me. But when you go to prison, when my guys finally arrest you and you're in prison, I mean, gosh, he ran into a door, and I don't think anybody would say otherwise. I think there's stuff you have coming. I think you chose that. I think you have it coming. If you go to prison and they beat the fuck out of you every day, it's too bad for you, isn't it? Maybe you shouldn't have made little kids scream like that. Because people can handle some stuff, but not about kids. Can't do it. Can't do it. You just contacted me again, asked me, he just typed in my phone, is it your kids? After all that. Wow. I don't even have words for that. I've never answered your questions, nor will I, sir. You're not to ask me those kind of questions. You bother your attorney with those questions. I've never answered them for you. Why would I start now? It speaks to your whack job problem, your delusion, your Huntington's disease, that you continue to ask me the same questions I've never answered. So, who's harassing who? You're where I am. Why are you in Oklahoma? I came to Oklahoma to be with my family and to get away from you. It was my second move to get away from you. You're rejected and told on every day for 10 years. And every day you do the same thing. And our objectives are met. We got a fuck ton of evidence against you. And they're still getting it. What day is he going to be ready to make arrests? He could cause you to lose everything you have at the snap of a finger. And do the same thing to all of you, Calvin, Lucius, David, Charles, that you have done to me. And then we'll see if you think it's cute then. And then we'll all go, why don't you like me? Wow, I don't even have words for that. I fucking, wow. But look at this guy. Charles claims he's being harassed in a state where he doesn't live. So somebody commented on that. Gosh, it looks like he's full of crap. Listen, TPD can be stupid. Kunstweiler can be stupid. I'm not stupid. He's telling everybody in Lubbock that he's being harassed in Oklahoma. And we're all thinking, I'm quoting somebody else. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, TPD or Kunstweiler. Somebody else said this. What a bunch of idiots. Because, I mean, I'm not dumb. And here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Mr. Perry has gone to a state where he doesn't live. We all know he was harassing Cynthia in Lubbock, so she went home to her family. A whole nother state. So now he's up there where she is. And she's supposedly harassing him. Well, boo fucking who? If that's true, go home to your family. I mean, come on now. Did you think we all fell down and bonked our little heads on the pavement? Don't insult my intelligence like that. That's what the guy said. That's what he said. He was appalled that you made that kind of statement, that you made that claim. Couldn't believe it. Then get out of Oklahoma, dumb fuck. Go home to your family. I mean, don't sit there and try to bullshit me. I was born yesterday. Maybe you got more and more people just hate your guts. They fucking hate you. We get the help with information you get told on. Don't act like you think it's the other way around. It is not. This girl is screaming, leave me alone. That's not harassment. The guy going at her, we got to have a conversation. We got to talk. We got to have a conversation. No, we don't. You leave me the fuck alone. He's harassing her, Mr. Kunzweiler. It's not the other way around. I moved twice to not be harassed by Mr. Perry. And he's trying to... If you're not in the loop on this, that's not my problem, sir. You do your job. The guys helping me are doing your job for you. And I guess the governor's not real happy about it. Who in law enforcement is doing business in my state and didn't call me? Wow. We're kind of like, do we dignify that with a response? I don't think we need to. And so we're not going to.
Anymore because you stalked me. Don't stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, see you. Please,
what
God bless you, but
what
please leave
happened?
me alone. Please leave me alone.
Okay, so I think that we feel like the governor is either against domestic violence or he's not. He's either backing the blue or he's not. You don't back the blue when it's convenient. You either back them or you don't. Unless they're corrupt, you don't want to be the cops that give everyone the reason to ask for defunding of police. You don't want to be that cop. You want to be the kind of cop that relieves suffering caused by crime that everybody goes, that's a go-to guy. You got a crime, that guy's going to solve it and put the fucker in jail. And there's no more crime. Not by him. That's what good cops do. I grew up with 4. Human trafficking, voyeurism, hacking, stalking, coercion. Very, very serious crimes. Witness tampering. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513. It gets violated every 5 minutes, all day, every day. So, we're like, okay, Governor, either you back the blue or you don't. Look over Mike's case. You got all of OSPI at your disposal. Get one of those guys that's really good at solving murders, although I'm going to tell you right now, that's the solving of Chief Miller's murder is one of the easiest I've looked at ever. It is not a hard solve at all. And I believe that somebody at TPD did finally look it over and said, we could not find one single thing that gave reason for Officer Neely to have been even charged, much less convicted. So there was some corrupt shit there, and she's right. Plus, Charles and Dave are trying to traffic her and starve her and make her destitute until she lies, so she's right. Or they wouldn't do that. Why do that? Why tamper with a witness who doesn't know anything? Why try to Okay, so, I'm either right or wrong. Some of the intel that we get in is good intel, some of it's bad. I'm not part of the process of proving it out, but when we say something specific, and you do that thing specific, you proved it's good intel, did you not? Take her car, then she'll go. And did the governor ask that question? Why did he think when he took her car in January she would call him? Or who was she supposed to call? Did he ask that question? I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now. I mean, I have the answer. I'm not giving the answer to you. So what happened is, Officer Neely was wrongfully convicted. There's no way he wasn't. You can't beat someone to death so hard their head comes off their body and it's like they were in a car crash and have not a mark on you. It's not possible. You sure as shit can't do it with your ass. You sure as shit can't do it when you're dying of opioid overdose and you're already unconscious and in respiratory distress. Any cop can tell you that. You don't even have to be a homicide guy. You don't have to be a homicide detective. You don't have to be some, Dr. Lee, expert blood splatter, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Cyril Wecht. You don't have to do that. This was the easy, I've not looked at one that was easier than this one. So, Governor, why is he still sitting in prison in Florida? And you can make a phone call to Governor DeSantis and get his ass home tomorrow. So why has that not happened? Either you back the blue or you don't. You don't back the blue as long as it's convenient. You back it all the time. Who's the billionaire boys club in Oklahoma? Who's that? Who is that? They think they run the Oklahoma law enforcement? Okay, but if I get tipped off before, over and over and over and over, every time they try to do something to hurt me, they find some corrupt police officer to hurt me, and I find out before, and there's an email about it before they do it, then are they still running Oklahoma law enforcement? I don't think they are. So who is? Who is? You look weak, Lucius. You know why? Because you're picking on a woman. Because real men don't pick on women. So why are you? Billionaire Boys Club, pick on dudes. Pick on dudes because you made yourself weak. Picking on a woman. Having a little meeting with 20 men, trying to ruin one woman, trying to make one woman fail. And by the way, I'm right, or you would not do that. And a lot of people respect me with my attitude being good and positive. I don't, I'll scream and yell at you like her. Leave me alone. But I'll walk in. Oh my God, Mr. Perry, when you continue to contact me, we always get more. And we meet our objectives. You get told on. We get info. Do not contact me. Do not fucking contact me. Stay the hell away from me. Shut up and fuck off. I don't care what you think, and I'll never help you. You've asked me every day for years, and I've never helped you. Why would I start now? See, when you're gone, I won't be broke ever again, and I'll have my privacy. There's no fucking way I would help you. And I'm sick of repeating myself. Very sick and tired of repeating Why did everybody have to repeat themselves for you? Why are you this slow? I can't stand it. I'm not your nurse, and you're not a family member. Get away from me. Shut up and get away from me. So, either you're governor, either you're against domestic violence and you're protecting women who are victims of domestic violence, stalking is that, or you're not. And either you back the blue or you don't. And if you back the blue, get on the phone and talk to DeSantis and get Michael back to his family. Just like that. I grew up in the home of an elected official. My granddad got President Reagan to Roswell, little bitty podunk, small town Roswell. He was a chief of police. He was a city councilman. He helped bring those museums into Roswell it boosted the economy of that town. People come from all over the world to look at the alien museum. Granddad and I don't believe aliens even exist, much less they landed in Roswell. He told me what happened. I guess it's really highly classified. I don't talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. But I will tell you this. No, regardless of what you believe, people are curious about it. And I worked in federal government reform most of my life. Perry's some little podunk nobody that everybody's sick and tired of being in Oklahoma. The guy goes like, he shut her phone off so she can't DoorDash. And now so he goes, oh my, so he did force her out to dance? Because we all know she didn't want to dance anymore. Yep. Why is he still here? That's the big question. Why is he still here? You know who's not here? Meeting with my coworkers, trying to figure out how to ruin me, or hurt me somehow, or make it where I'm broke. Dan Pope, Steve Massingale, John Steinmetz, Jody Arrington, Mark Ramsey, Jason Moore. They're not up here doing that shit. Why are you? I don't like you. I rejected you when I left, and everybody is frustrated that you're still bothering me, like this guy. This guy's never gonna be a dignitary, and you act just like him.
Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop! Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please,
What
God bless
happened?
you, but
What
please leave
happened?
me alone.
That's okay.
Okay, there's your weirdo club, and outside of that is everybody else who thinks like this.
I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want.
Stepdad's been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady...
Alright, so it's 2:01 a.m. and Mr. Perry just contacted me again. So that'll get us more intel. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her. She's not to be broke. He said it every day since March 2020. We're meeting our objectives. What about you? You like getting caught? You have to, or you would... If you didn't like getting caught, you wouldn't do the same thing that gets you caught. For 10 years, every day, all day long. I mean, we don't have words for that. It's so easy, it's not even fair.
This video's okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Yeah, somebody told him the other day, Mr. Perry, we need you to comply with the law and stop trying to talk to her. We just need to have a conversation. Nope, that's not what she wants. Mr. Perry, it's about what the victims want, what the victims think, what the victims need right now, not you. You don't matter, we do. We're getting the help with the information you are getting told on. Is that your objective? Us getting the information, that's the objective. For us, you're helping us meet our objectives. Every time you contact me, every day that I'm broke, every day you invade my privacy, every day Mike's in jail. You help us get information, you piss everybody off, and you creep everybody out. You give everybody the heebie-jeebies. And if I'm sorry they don't tell you to your face, we hear it behind your back. You need to fuck the hell off.
This make you feel? Huh? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
Is that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches?
You want?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
bring
Is that a
the fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're filming my...
I'm a stalker. I got pictures of you where you live, doing normal things you do, work, go to the store, where you live. And I'm going to take it to a judge and say, look, see, judge, I'm not stalking her. See the pictures? That's what Charles has done. We're like, oh my God. So, this guy, I hear it every day. I'm going to get you. I made you broke. Why don't you like me? I'm going to take your car. Call me. We need to talk. Every day, all day long. Is it your mom? Is it your kids? Is it Jim? Who's telling on me? I'm not told who the leaks are, and I wouldn't help you if I was. Because once you're gone, I'll have my privacy back and I won't be broke ever again. So fuck you.
My father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is that
the
a
whole
threat?
fucking army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're filming my father.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Alright, so the incident that happened Sunday night is a couple of guys come in, sit there with their faces in the phone. So let me tell you, a lot of clubs will not let you bring your phone in because that is extremely rude. So they don't even let you bring your phone in, and they have a minimum spending amount because this is not a free show. It's not a charity. This is a place of business. If you want to use the service, you got to pay for it. Otherwise, you're fucking shoplifting. They'll come in. These guys came in. They're sitting around just with their faces in their phone. There's a girl on stage. I went up and like, why don't you tip her? Do you have money? If you don't have money, go get money out of the ATM. But tip the girl. This isn't free. I said it about, 4 or 5 times. Finally, I'm thinking, they're not responding like they understood the words I just said. So maybe it's because we're sitting right next to the speaker. Maybe they can't hear me. So I start yelling, get the hell out of here. Get the money and tip her, or get the hell out. I'm trying to, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I guess Perry wanted them to make a thing of it. Sadie did the same thing. Michaela did the same thing. Porsche did the same thing. You know how many girls tell guys, if you're gonna sit on your ass and think this is free, get out. Go home and watch. You can look at your phone at your house. So you want to look at your phone, go home. and get the fuck out of here. Those are your people, aren't they? Bunch of canned food freeloaders. I mean, we can usually tell it's your guys. When you contact me, Charles, we get more intel out of that because you piss people off. You are told to stop it. Do you like getting caught? Do you like getting told on? It seems like you do. You've done the same thing every day for 10 years that gets us intel. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her. And she's better not be broke, Calvin. Stop running around telling everybody, we got to make sure she don't make no money. We got to make sure she don't have no place to go. We got to get her to leave Oklahoma. I'm right, or you wouldn't say that, criminal. You wouldn't care. So, thank you for letting us know the intel's good intel. You know, when I type it up in the email and send it to your attorney, and you run into the courtroom, look, she's harassing us, put this on the docket. Then what you just did is if you want to go to your criminal case and suppress that, you can't. You put it on the docket. You made it public record. Anyone can see it. We've got other law enforcement looking at it. So, I don't know. Alright, so I did DoorDash tonight, and by the way, I'm to make $16 an hour at least. That's the national average for Tulsa. I made 36. I've got about 4 videos where I'm just sitting there and waiting. It said it's busy. Why are no orders coming through? Oh yeah, because Calvin wants to make sure I don't make no money. So they hacked my Dasher app and they blocked good orders from coming through. And we've said this over and over and over and over. And then you have your guys, you and Sanjay, set up the orders. Mr. Perry's contacting me again. So we'll get more intel out of that. It's now 2:11. It's not been 10 minutes and he's already at it again. The guy has zero power over a weirdo problem. No power over it at all. So, it's an embarrassing weirdo problem too, by the way. Voyeurism is rape. That girl goes home and she gets to get away from that man. Mr. Perry is a voyeur and a hacker. I can't do shit without him trying to talk to me. And some lady, maybe Beverly, told you, we need you to comply with the law and please stop contacting her. Please leave her alone. He just did it again. Is Beverly a leak? Oh, for God's sake. What did I just say? I'm not told who the leaks are. I just said it. I wouldn't help you if I was. When you're gone, I'll have my privacy back and I'll have money. So I have zero motive to help you. But we're gonna get more intel because you just did that. Direct your questions to your fucking attorney. Your questions being asked of me is highly offensive, very inappropriate, and we get intel. And I would think you wouldn't want us to get intel. Maybe you do, because you never shut up. You never shut up. I'm not told who the leaks are. Fuck off. So we got, so whatever came in, you know, when we're quoting everybody, that's the guy talking about the club. I think a lot of people respect her, that she knows they betray her. She knows they meet with Perry, and they all sit down and figure out how to fuck her up. How can we fuck her over? Didn't do a damn thing to us. We're just going to do, she's never hurt anybody. It's not like she did something to us. Just for no reason. Because we're going to get money out of her, the sale of her. We're going to fuck her up. So we can all get paid. There's a guy that used to work at Lady Godiva's that now works out where I'm working, and there's been some speculation as to why he's out there. Did he get fired and now he's working there, or is he a plant for Joe? That he's out there trying to figure out who's leaking what to who. And then he got butthurt about it, and then it was like, well, he should have expected it. Like he's in the thing, he's in the situation. So he should have expected. Is he on the list? We don't know. You tell us. We're not gonna lie or anything. So he said, I think a lot of people respect her because she'll walk in there and act like nothing's wrong. She's hard the whole thing, no question, most times. Because she won't do what they want. So our guess is that, I mean, she's worked her ass off for those people. And she's not done a thing to them. And here they are, violating her privacy, meeting with her stalker, and a guy who's trying to traffic her, a guy who's tried to kill her twice, a guy who, 3 or 4 times actually, a guy who's tried to traffic her, a guy who's tried to kidnap her, meeting with him to figure out what's the next horrible thing we can all do. Not done a thing to them. She walks in there, acts like nothing's wrong. And I think a lot of people admire her professionalism in her class. And probably are helping her guys because of that. So we found out Mr. Perry has Huntington's disease. A guy told us Perry has Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. You touch a hot stove, you get burned. You do the crime to me, you get caught. Your fucking arm's falling off, and you're still touching that stove. So easy, it's not fair. Because we're dealing with somebody with a mind of a 2-year-old, literally. He goes, I'm sick and tired of watching him trying to ruin her and torment and terrorize her constantly. Make sure she finds out. I think we're sick of him. We wish he'd go home to his family in Lubbock and get the fuck out of Oklahoma and leave us all alone. I think he makes everybody feel raped. I think it's not just her, he's raping everybody. And we're all tired of it. We're all fucking tired of it. So we got all this. David, this is the grand jury. How do I know there is a grand jury? I do. I guess somebody said, is she hanging out down at the courthouse? No. She goes down there for our traffic court thing, and that's it. And that's municipal, not state. David thought it would be cute if he got Cynthia's whole family to testify against her and all her co-workers. And instead what that did is it made everybody not like her family and her co-workers. Because anybody can see she's telling the truth. She's not done anything to them. Why are they doing this to her? Why are they doing this to her? To coerce trafficking. To facilitate the delivery of a trafficking victim. Isolate her, make her broke, and then she'll go. She'll say, okay, I'll go. When she thinks that there's no way out, when she thinks she will not be able to eat again unless she goes to be trafficked and exploited, then she'll go. Really? Will I? I might rather suck on a rotten chicken than do that. You starve me now. You fucking starved me right now. My income, the first week I was back at the club, was $700 that first week. Went down, and the fair, that was when the fair was in town. The next week, nothing was in town. It was $500. This last week, it was $3. How do you go from 7 to 3 in 3 weeks? If it's not a concerted effort to make that happen. 2 Sundays, I was the only chick there that didn't sell anything. Both Sundays, my guy said, they're going to pay for that all week with intel. Watch. Sure as shit. We got all kinds of intel in, Charles. I mean, we're getting the intel out of it. We're getting something out of this. We're meeting our objectives. The goal is to put you in jail so you can't hurt people ever again anymore. No more screaming kids. No more women not eating. Who the fuck does that anyway? What kind of monsters do shit like that? Okay, so David thought I guess one of the jurors, maybe, I don't know, I wasn't told who it was. She said her family is asshole. My family would never do that. They would not fucking do that. They just wouldn't do it. I don't know why hers has. Even if they were threatened, why not work together as a family to eliminate the threat? First, starting right off the bat, the best way to do that is don't talk to him, talk to her. That's your family. That's what my family would have done, work together to eliminate the threat. And so her family went behind her back, talked to him, and shoved her out. Haven't talked to her for 4 years. Nobody called and checks on her. Nobody sees if she's okay. Nobody cares. What assholes. So that backfired on you, David. And we're like, I mean, we found out about it. If we found out about that, David, you don't think my guys can take everything you have, and then you have no place to go, and you don't have anything to drive, and you don't have any food. And then, because right now all that matters is the victims, not you. Not you at all. I mean, we're just like, this is so easy, it's not fair. They're just pissing everybody off. Can't we get the car? Can't we get the car? Make sure she don't have no place to go. Make sure she don't make no money. Right, Calvin? You piss somebody off enough, we found out you said that. You say it every day. Then when my income supports the recording of you saying it, then it's good intel. You proved out the recording. Okay, and then this one's the guy's like, why is he still here? He shut off her phone? What an asshole. This Billionaire Boys Club thing has run its course in Oklahoma. I think pretty much everybody's sick of it. These guys get away with everything and they think they're entitled and everybody owes them a cover-up and blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I think now everybody's had enough of it. I think her guys are getting have got some traction, and she finds out pretty much everything they're going to do before. That is to establish malicious aforethought, criminal intent, premeditation. You intended to cause an injury. You did it on purpose. In the state where I lived, it's not like we're running into each other at we live in the same neighborhood, running into each other at the nearby grocery. I'm in a whole nother state. Why is he in Oklahoma? Did you tell Beverly or whoever that woman was? I'm not leaving until she without her. And she's like, yeah, I don't think so. I think you need to get a grip on reality and just leave her alone. We need you to comply with the law. We need you to comply with the law. You're pissing people off. Your conduct is inappropriate and illegal and highly offensive. So please leave her alone. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what she said. That was Sunday night. So in March 2020, Lucius, before we got your name, our guys told Charles and Dave her privacy is not to be invaded. You are not to contact her or her family in any form, directly or indirectly, and she had better not be broke. Your guy said when he pesters her and takes her money, Charles tells me every day, I made you broke, why don't you like me? I made you broke, why don't you like me? I'm going to take your car, why don't you like me? Gee, what could it be? What could it be? Wow. At the snap of a finger, my guy can make you broke. I wouldn't piss him off if I were you. So, your guy says, when he pesters her and takes her money, things do not go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before, and here's this guy tonight. This never happened to me before. He said it about 100 times. I can't believe she did that. How does she know to do that? He was trying to do something to hurt me. I'm not going to divulge details. And he said, I've never had that happen before. Well, for 10 years, every day they have. For 10 years, every day, all day long, they have. So when I get back from jail, and Charles is going at it again, threatening and threatening and threatening and threatening. You know who doesn't threaten me? Steve Massengale, Dan Pope, John Steinmetz, Jody Arrington. I noticed Jody Arrington, Charles did something really dirty to Jody Arrington when Jody ran against him for the state senate. I got a lot of phone calls about it, people complaining. Oddly, later, Mr. Arrington runs for Congress and wins, and ends up on the short list for Speaker of the House, which is pretty even if he doesn't become Speaker right now, that is pretty fucking impressive. Washington, D.C. is a completely different world than state. I always worked on federal, remember? Not state. I didn't do government reform in state level. I did it on the federal level. My patients were using Medicare, but we did insurance stuff too. Private insurance. So we didn't fuck with the state stuff. We worked on it only federal. So what does that tell you, Charles? Yeah, you little peon. Alright, so we got this. I already had this. I'm going to false arrest her and coerce her. That's what it says. The date of this is October 29, 2015. I already had this when I got back, and I had that. That is the man that I wanted to date, and you butt in. His real name is Todd. So, I get this in jail. These two words, hope, intersecting with the word Fabian, it's not your name there, it's his name. Because that's what I wanted. And it's got the word boo indicating fear, sad, indicating the sadness that Charles causes. People don't like feeling fear and sadness, so they're telling on you so that it's gone. Dum-dum. This is the word me, depicting Charles's selfish butt-in. Nosy Nancy. Pathetic wannabe. Never the one wanted. These words are not just in the same book or on the same page. They're arranged just like that. So who has the power to get that to me? Who had the power to get that to me? I already had this. So in 2016, Charles is going at me and going at me and going at me. And I'm like, you know what? I understand and I appreciate the fact that you've done this to people all your life, ruined them, murdered, and gotten away with it. Not this time. So when we got your code words and your names, and we quote you every day, especially mostly after March 2020, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? You guys are running around. How did she find out about that? How does she know? You know how many times we ask her about leaks? Never. We don't have them. We're nice to people. A man's cruelty brings his downfall. A man's kindness brings blessings. We can get information. Cruelty is his downfall. You get told on. It's been that way for 10 years. Literally every day, all day long. So, yeah. Every time you contact me, we get more. Every day my privacy is invaded, we get more. Every day you make me broke, we get more. Don't run around and say, how did she find out? That's how I find out. You do that. You help us meet our objectives. This right here is my mantra. Law enforcement is to relieve suffering caused by crime. That's the job. That's your one and only thing you're supposed to do. And if you can't do that, find another job. You're not keeping up. You're subpar. And every society gets the kind of criminal it deserves. And what is equally true, every community gets the kind of law enforcement it insists on. Well, the kind of law enforcement we want to insist on is the kind that makes a bad guy. You put the rabid dog down. Just like that. He can't control himself. Put him down. Now, when I say that, it's a metaphor, Matt. It doesn't mean murder. It means jail. Remove him from society, where he can't hurt anybody ever again. And the governor is either on the side of victims who are, and against domestic violence, and he backs the blue, or he doesn't. One way, pick one. You can't be part of the solution and part of the problem. You have to choose. Are you going to be part of the problem, or are you going to be part of the solution? And you can't go, well, I think I'll be the bitch of a sex weirdo. I'll just be his bitch. Like Calvin here. And think people are going to respect you. Because when it comes right down to it, they don't. They don't respect you at all. We're getting the help. You're getting told on. Objectives are met for us. Every time Charles contacts me, every time he contacts me, it makes all my skin crawl. I fucking hate it. I've told him to stop it. He can't control himself at all. And it pisses everybody off that he continues to rape me, that he continues to invade my privacy, that he continues to take my money, that he continues to try to traffic me, that he continues to contact me after he's been told over and over and over to stop. Stop it. And every time he continues anyway, we get more. And then we find out about grand juries. And maybe a grand juror going, gosh, my family wouldn't act like that. Why is hers? And by the way, her son seemed more upset about his picture being used to help a police officer. And then, is my mom okay? Is she right? Why in the hell would he act like that? I was appalled by her family. My family would never act like that. My family would come together and work together to eliminate the threat. And the first thing they would do is stop talking to him and make sure they talk to her. And make sure they check on her and make sure she's okay. That is your family, for God's sake. So I'm turned off here by this. Just like that. And we heard about it. So that's what Mr. Perry's conduct does. So we got all that's your names. These are emails that I typed up hearing a police recording. And you prove them out every time you try to do it. You either sold me or you didn't. You're either trying to coerce trafficking delivery or you're not. Why are you in Oklahoma, Charles? No one invited you here. You've come up here and made major problems and caused major losses for many people. And we're all sick of it. And you billionaire boys club that were already here, I think you've run your course. If we get tipped off beforehand, you are not running Oklahoma law enforcement anymore, are you? So who is? Man's kindness brings blessing. His cruelty will be his downfall. You get rejected and told on, Charles, every damn day. My answer's no. It's just no. And everything you keep doing that we get beforehand is another, oh, I told you so, we did say. You proved out a recording. And when I type this stuff up and send it to your attorney and he takes it to the court and puts it on the docket as evidence and says, this is evidence she's harassing us, we're like, perfect. Doesn't get any. It saved me time. It saved me printing costs. It saved me copies costs. I don't have to do shit. Now you go into your criminal case and argue for the suppression of that recording that goes with that email. I dare you. That is going to be funny as hell. My prosecutor guy says, when you're in a criminal case, you want as much evidence suppressed as you can possibly get suppressed. And every time they go down, running down to the courthouse and lie, it's another perjury. And say, well, we got another email from her, and we want that. See, she's harassing us. I'm going, wow. Now you can't suppress this one, this one, this one, and this one. Because that's what that is. And by the way, I got other law enforcement agencies want to look at that. Thank you. You did all the work. You did all the work. When also you have about a gazillion cases of perjury and fraud in court, it's not that hard to then go to the judge and say they're about to convene a grand jury. They want to put her in jail, tamper with my witness by putting her in jail, hoping that'll coerce her to being trafficked. You get a wide open order, sir, for any and all proceedings. We've quoted how many people testifying? I mean, you tell us, we don't want to lie. So, how do I even know there is a grand jury proceeding, Charles? When you contact me, we get information like that. Is that what you want? Is that your objective? It's ours. Our goal is get as much information as you can to put them in jail and bury them in it. In a courtroom. Gosh, I've never had anybody do that to me before. Well, you should have talked to these guys because they see it daily. All day, every day. How does she know what to do? Yep, I don't give away my spy secrets. Okay, here's this. All of these emails. All of these emails. Every time Charles contacts me, we get more. Every day that I'm broke, we get more. Every day Mike Neely's in jail, we get more. Every day my privacy is invaded, his is invaded. We have a court order. He's just got a Looney Tune problem. You're about 10 years past a good time for the nut farm, Charles. I mean, you just are. Everybody's sick and tired of having to repeat themselves for you. Might as well go bang your head on a wall. Alright, so the speaker was loud, so I'm yelling at the kids. They never did respond appropriately at all. None of them did. People like that, we I'm sorry, but we just don't want to. We don't want them in there. So if there were your people, and they come back in there, we're gonna do something with that. Okay. Let's see. And yes, I do know my coworkers meet with you. I've not done a damn thing to them or to anybody that works for you. I don't know. Calvin, I've never done a damn thing to you. I don't get up every morning and try to ruin your life. I don't know you. So why do you get up every morning and try to ruin mine? Why are my coworkers and my family trying to ruin my life? And facilitate the delivery of a trafficking victim so I'm raped every day. Why would they do that? You try to get Corky to talk to me, and everybody's like, she'll walk out. She's not gonna listen. Why would Corky wanna make me go get raped? Why would he do that? Answer my question for the court. You want to have a grand jury? Answer that for the grand jury. Why would my uncle want to try to talk me into going to be raped? Who can we get to tell her she has to go? Yeah, please find someone and do have that conversation with me. I would like to record it. And then go, well, I told you so. We heard you talking about it before. I did say. And then watch you guys try to argue for the suppression of those recordings that we got about you trying to find somebody to try to tell her she has to go be trafficked, go be raped, go be starved, go be beaten. Right? Is that what you intend to do? Is that your intent? Intent is plays a big role in a criminal case. So you tell us your intent every time you have those meetings, and we get it. And then when you do it, that confirms your intent. So I do walk into my work, and I do act like nothing's wrong. And I do talk to people like I have no idea what they just said. And I know. And I guess some have developed some respect for me that I can pull that off. It's not easy sometimes. Sometimes I just separate things in my head and go on to the next thing. My focus is largely every day, all day long, on what do I have to be thankful for? This is a situation that sucks, but what's good about it? What can we do to make things better, to change things, to make a difference in other people's lives? What's the next step in the process of putting these people in jail, and then everybody's finally having peace? Everybody's finally not stressed out all the time. Because Mr. Perry's not here to stress us out anymore. David Robertson's not here to stress us out anymore. Lucius is not here anymore to stress us all out, nor is Calvin. All of those people are gone. Finally, they wrapped up their case, and it's over. And we're all at peace now, and we're not stressed out all the time anymore. And we can finally fucking have our life. Because they've stolen it. And they stress everybody out all the time. And they make everybody uncomfortable. And that has run its course in this state. Find somebody to come tell me I have to go, Lucius. Do that. Okay? I cannot wait to say, well, I did say, I told you so. Any act of coercion is going to cause you a problem. And it's a problem. Mr. Perry just contacted me again. Any act of coercion is going to cause you a problem that you're not going to get out of this time. Remember, I said here when I first got back, you've done this shit all your lives, and you're not getting away with it this time. Not this time. And I already had that and that, and you didn't understand what it meant that I had that. You still don't. If you got old fart, senile dementia or something, I can see why you're struggling with it. I'm not a special ed teacher. It's not my problem. We're going to get the intel either way. Alright, so we had this here. And we got the perjury, my case, my false arrest, where that McNamara email played a big role in showing, well, it's a false arrest. She had that before, not after. We always get it before, not after. It's not an afterthought to explain something away. We got it before, well before. I told everybody Mike Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. It wasn't on the docket yet. Okay, so we have all that. everybody, that comes in, that I could get them to say something incriminating, which I have pretty easy. I kept hoping that some Oklahoma cop would come into my work, get a couple of dances, and maybe he gets a challenge on the sting ups. I want to see if any Oklahoma cop can out sting up me. So far, it's been 10 years that nobody can do it. What a disappointment. Anyways, okay, I like the challenge, I really do. Okay, so we have this whole page here on how Mr. Perry sold me. This is justiceforsin.wordpress.com. This is the blog we have. And it's a lot of the threats are documented before Mr. Perry does it on that blog. We got this, Manford Police Officer Michael Neely. Here's my chapter and verse of his case. It's right here on this podcast, where I go through each and every little thing. And I guess somebody at TPD or somewhere looked it over and said we couldn't find one thing to prove her wrong. We can't figure out why he was charged and sure shit convicted. We don't know. There's no reasonable, prudent, individual explanation for that, right? Reasonableness test the courts use. Okay, so Governor, it's reasonable to help a cop who was wrongfully convicted. He's your cop. You're responsible. And you're just sitting over there, while these guys continue to make more victims. We don't even know what to say to that. I mean, who the fuck is that cold and callous and cruel that they would do something like that? Okay, so here's his whole case. All through there. Mr. Perry, what is the political issue? What is it? So, we're all waiting. You're running around telling people that we're married and engaged and all this stuff. So, is it personal or is it political? Pick one. And if it's personal, then go tell everybody how you lied in Judge Hanson's court. Where's the political vendetta? Prove it. I'm a Republican. I helped you get elected. Where's the political? I didn't do state legislation. I didn't do it. I did federal. And I didn't need you. Remember, I grew up in the home of an elected official, and I was doing politics long before I met you in Nevada. So, we got this right here, too, by the way. His erotomania. I mean, stop bullshitting. Prove it. Or shut up. And please tell the court, is it personal or is it political? What's the political issue? Or did you just get butthurt because I wouldn't have an affair with you? I mean, that's what you told everybody in Lubbock, that we were having an affair. And I blew a gasket. Actually, we're not. I'm not going to have an affair with anybody, by the way. I said this in Lubbock. In response to that, I guess they said Mr. Perry told people that, he felt like he needed to take me off the market because I was recently divorced. And he, took it upon himself to make sure everybody in town knew that, I want everybody to think we're in a romance because I've got a peep and Tom problem and I watch her in the privacy of her house and I imagine one. And like Jodie Foster's Stalker, they said that's much more dangerous than men who actually had a real relationship and there was real dates and real sex and all that, and there was a breakup and they have a hard time letting go. They said the kind like Charles Perry and John Hinckley Jr. and Rebecca Schaefer's killer, those kind are much more dangerous because there was never anything real. They just imagine it. They're delusional. And that they're much, much, much more deadly. Well, we got a dead Chief Miller. Kind of would back up that claim. Okay, so here's all this. Almost dead framed Mike. We got this. That's my granddad. His name is still on the police department to this day. Somebody gave him shit also. Smeared his name in the news. But now, he never apologized. He stuck by it. He didn't back off. He didn't let anybody push him around or coerce a lie. He just stuck by it. And that now Nobody remember who that guy was? My granddad's name's on the front door of that police department. Now, to this day. There you go. That's what happens when you do the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. Even if for a while it looked shitty. It did look shitty for him for a while. He had to resign. He had to resign the police department where he loved. But you know what? Now, no one remembers the other guy, but they know who my granddad was. Yeah, legacy. My granddad's legacy means something to me. Anybody that knows me knows that. It's not for sale. It is just not for sale. He was the county treasurer. Here's his alien whatever affidavit. This was a magazine that he was featured in for solving that murder. This man's murder right here in Roswell. That's my great granddad here on the right. Captain of Detectives L.G. Hall. Honor in that badge. There's my granddad there on the right, talking with his officer. It's my great granddad, L.G. Hall, Captain of Detectives. There's my boys and my granddad. There's my granddad and me when I was a little bitty. I mean, my family legacy means something to me. This was with the State Board of Education election that I helped with. I didn't do state legislation. The State Board of Education, it's a completely different body than the legislature. Completely different elected body. Different people, different functions, completely different thing than what Charles was doing. These are emails from Charles telling me thank you for helping with his campaign. All here. That's me with Senator Harry Reid, second most powerful guy in D.C. Also, former D.C. officer. He also worked for D.C. police. He was also a Mormon. He was pro-life. He was a Democrat. He was not near the liberal the news media made him sound to be. He was pro-life, and he was pro-gun rights. And he was my senator. John Ensign, my senator. Rick Perry. And Rick Perry had a whole different thing. Randy Nagelbauer. Sheriff Gutierrez, Ruth Schumeyer, and me. Those are people in Lubbock. My son's dad and Little John were our best friends, or they were. They took our kids bowling. That's Little John with my kid. I mean, my point here is that we're around some very important people all the time. So why did Mr. Perry think that I would care a fuck about him? Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, so he developed some sort of fixation on me, and it's just bizarre. To cover all that up, they sold me, and I found out about it before they could deliver, because I have powerful help. These are some socks this girl's wearing. That's some of the athletic supplies that I sold to Texas Tech athletic department. It's football players, her. This just happened to make it onto their website. You got to file a protective order if you want to get you got to file a police report if you want to get a protective order, right? And you knew that, because this one was denied because I forgot my police report. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's a whole lot more to that. Everyone else could look at Mr. Perry's imagination, pretend love life, whatever. But, the governor's got to make a decision. Do you back the blue or not? Do you back the blue when it's convenient or when they're right? And Lucky and Mike were right. And they had just 6 days before taking my car vandalism report. I did not name a suspect. I said nobody saw who did it. But I do have a stalker. Chances are high it was him. 6 days later, the chief is dead. Mr. Perry just contacted me again. It is 2:49. So that'll get us more intel. He's helping us meet our objectives. This is our disclaimer. Every time you contact me, we get more intel, Charles. These two videos are produced by the National Stalking Resource Center. The use of technology talks about how stalkers now hack. They also voyeur. Technology is making stalking easier. This is what the police are supposed to do when they get a stalking complaint, not what TPD did. Here, let's give the police report right to the offender, and I guess maybe the governor said something like they did that, and it's a no-no. That's a huge no-no. You don't do that. So now we have some problems because they did. And they didn't properly collect any evidence from her. That looks like she was about to be killed. And so now that's a problem. They've lost some credibility with these guys helping her. Yeah, they don't call TPD. They don't trust TPD. Okay, they don't call him either. But he's all, who's conducting business in my state? We're not going to dignify that with an answer. We don't have to. You need to get your people in gear and go after the bad guys and not placate. All right, so this was these are all the day by day, blow by blow. Here's what he's putting me through today. Here's what he's doing to me today. Here's how he horrified everybody today. Here's how he pissed everybody off today. Right? There's my doctor's comments. He offered me $5,000 to sleep with Charles. And I was like, ew, I don't think so. So there's that. So me screaming, leave me alone, is not the crime, Mr. Perry. Me screaming, get your hands out of my wallet. We all use that term, but that term was actually coined by Lucky Miller. Get your hands out of her wallet. If there were 5 guys taking your purse, he says to me, I'm sorry, if Charles took your purse, 5 guys would tackle him and get your purse back. So why are we putting him up with him taking your money, running your customers off from your strip club, or hacking your DoorDash account, or calling some company that you've applied for work, a different job, and telling them not to hire you? See, we're not gonna. Is that why you murdered him? That's motive. You gotta have motive, means, and opportunity. You had all of that. There was no motive in Mike's trial ever stated. None at all. Everybody said they were best of friends, and nobody could figure out why he would do that. Well, here's the thing, he didn't. Look at the evidence. The evidence tells you he didn't do it. So get him home. Just like that. Do what you can. Do your thing, but get him home. Why is he sitting in jail in a state where he, he's an Oklahoma guy. He's your Oklahoma police officer. He got it right. And that's why they did that to him. They punish police that get it right. They're punishing me because I'm right. They look guiltier by the minute. They think everybody's too stupid to notice. And they're not. We're getting help. They're not. They're getting told on. Why might that be, Charles? Get your nurse, man. I'm not a special ed teacher. I fucking can't handle it. I can't handle it.
I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and I leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice. See you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.